Hi everybody. So I'm making this video because today I was asked why I decided that I was going to take this new approach with Tides of Change and why I was going to dedicate my time to focusing myself on talking about different topics of abuse. Well, the reason why I chose this is because this stems really close to home for me. My mom was abused. She's been missing for over 28 years. That's no secret. I've mentioned that. I don't know if I've mentioned that on my group before, but I'm sure I have. Her name is Sherry Linda Baker, born November 28th, 1968. She was a part of modern slavery abuse, the sex traffic industry, and the choices that she made led me down the path that I had gone down. Foster care, growing up in an abusive family dynamic. Yes, and I'm not going to name names, but I will say that I came from very abusive parents. Psychologically abusive for the most part, some physical, some verbal. But why am I choosing this? Because more than anything in the world, not only do I want to get my story out there, and not only do I want to raise awareness in regards to those who suffer from being disassociated most of their life based on the traumas that they experienced, to give themselves a little happy environment for themselves because they're too afraid to face the shit that's going on in front of them because they fear for their life. This is the reason why I've chosen the abuse avenue, because I myself have struggled through those fears majority of my life, and that ends now. So if anybody is going to stand in my way, I'm going to make sure that you are moved aside, because this is my mission here. I'm here to raise noise, and I really hope that other people will raise noise with me, because this is enough. It's enough. I would not wish to have anybody endure the pain that I've gone through, let alone the things that my mother went through. So, why did I choose this path? To avenge my mother's disappearance and possible death. That's why. To raise the roof and make some fucking noise when it comes to dealing with the bullshit that I've dealt with in my life. Two-faced individuals that have come in and out of my life throughout my entire freaking life. It's disgusting. And you know, I'm not the only one, right? We all have our shit, right? Yeah, I swear, I got a little bit of a trucker's mouth, and maybe that's part of some programming that I need to work on as well. But right now, this is me in my raw, authentic form, and I'm very passionate about making sure that other people never have to go through or endure the same kind of things that I did in my life, or other people that have endured those kinds of things. You know, like, nobody wishes that upon anybody. And the worst part about it is that nobody wants to talk about it because it's too taboo. People get super traumatized and triggered by something like that because, first of all, they've either been down that path and they're not ready to speak about it, or they're the abuser. I don't care who you are. If I'm triggering you right now, that's good, because you need to hear this. If you are an abuser, just know that the things that you are doing to the people around you, you're damaging them. You're damaging them to the point where it is going to create a butterfly effect for them. They're going to choose horrible choices, but that's okay because you don't mind, right? You guys don't mind. This isn't okay. Treating people like that is not okay. Holding people under your thumb so that you can get yourself ahead is not okay. Treating people like garbage so that you can maintain control over them is not okay. I speak on behalf of all of those people who have been abused, who have gone missing, who have gotten murdered. I speak on behalf of everybody that suffers, and suffers in silence, or is too afraid to speak, or has spoken and everybody's ignored them. My voice is for those who cannot speak, because I know what it is like to be silent myself. I've been a bird in the cage. And the worst part about it is the door was always open for me, but because of the fucking mind shit, the mind games, I had absolutely zero idea that I was being manipulated, that my mind was being toyed with. You know the worst part about that is? It's psychological, which means it causes brain damage, chemical imbalances, things that you can't get back. So why did I choose the path of taking on people that have suffered with and are suffering with abuse? Because I believe that by banding together in numbers, we are stronger. I believe that by banding together and speaking up, instead of being in the darkness and everybody speaking up, we can change the course of things, especially as far as mental illness is concerned. Because let's face it, folks, there is not enough support for people suffering from mental illness. So this is why I have chosen the path that I have chosen. This is why I feel so inclined to reach out to individuals who suffer. Because I know what it's like to suffer, and I know what it's like to get out of it too. I have tools that I have developed through doing my inner work and seeing through all of the gunk that I was carrying around with me. It was heavy. It's still heavy. There's parts that are always going to be heavy for me. Why? Because it was psychological. There are parts of my brain that I will never get back. And while I know that there are certain parts of my brain I'm never going to get back, I know that I've learned things through those experiences. It's not going to bring those parts of my mind back. Those soul fragments have fallen. But you know what I can do? And take the knowledge that I've accumulated through the experiences that I went through, and I can use those as tools, stepping stools, crutches, things that help me persevere through and move forward, even on the days that I don't want to. There are days we don't want to do things, but we still have to do them, right? That's a part of self-discipline and motivation, and not being lazy, and actually seeing that you want to do something for yourself and make something of yourself, you know? Why did I choose this path? Because as much as it pains me to go through the things that I went through, I know that I was here for a purpose, and I went through all of that pain for a reason. So why would I waste a perfectly good life and hide behind closed doors and not tell people my story, when I know that by telling people my story, it can empower them to rise up from the ashes and know that they do not need to be a bird in the cage. That is why I chose this path. So please, hear me when I say this. This is my authenticity. I am a pained, broken person. I'm not afraid to admit that. I am flawed. I've made poor choices in my life. I've hurt other people. I've abused other people myself, based on the abuses that I've gone through, thinking that it was normal and okay, knowing damn well that it's not. We are all faced with a choice. And when you see the bigger picture and you know that you are being forced to make that decision, make sure you make the right one. And if you don't know which path to take, step back, breathe, focus on your breaths, inspect the situation from a bigger angle. Sometimes things are much bigger than our minds can comprehend. Sometimes we endure such pains and we don't understand why. I understand why I endured the pains that I did. Because if I didn't endure the pains that I did, I wouldn't be talking to you, all of you right now, and saying what I'm saying right now. So through my mom's lack of presence, she has given me hope, courage, dignity, faith, strength. She has given me the energy to be audacious when it comes to taking things on when you really, really feel compassionate about them. I spent 2 days crying when I started really mapping out the foundations of how I was going to go about doing this and making it my reality. That's how compassionate I am about this. Even if it helps one person, 2 people, 1 family, 2 families, I'm helping. In some way, I'm helping. So if you know anybody that needs help, or that wants to step up and jump on board with this with me, or you yourself want to be a part of this, speak up. Let's talk. Let's make some plans and move forward with this. Let's band together because, like I said in the beginning, we work better in numbers. I love you guys, and I hope you guys all understand exactly why I'm doing this. You guys have a wonderful weekend. Thank you for watching, and we'll talk soon. Bye.